welcome to this game. I don't exactly know what I'm doing. It looks like... Oh. I guess that's how I start.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
So, I watched somebody play this game years and years ago, so I really don't remember much of it, but all I know is I loved the story, and I always wanted to share it
I lived here until
myself.
I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Did I just read that? No trespassing. This property is protected by video surveillance. Trespassers will be prosecuted. Hold on. Better.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
I want to go this way first. This is so nice. So I don't want to get lost, so we're going back up. Anyways. Do like all the foliage though. Reminds me of where I grew up. Not like this kind of property, but...
I wouldn't have driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
like there's a bridge down there. Hello, dear. Just kind of looking down there as well. Barrel.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
They both lead the same way.
But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Yeah. This is
The
a
house
very
was exactly
interesting
like
house.
I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Milton Finch. Looks like there's a bunch of missing posters for Milton. Whoa. A bunch of them. If you have any information, date of birth. I can't read the date of birth. 1992. 2013. 2011. I can't read it too well. Sibling in Washington. Age 11. 4-6. Gonna go this way.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
I wonder why. It was a very nice house, but
as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Damn.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Damn. Oh my god. It moves so slowly. Oh, I can zoom in by clicking shift. Ew. Looks like a window. A garage. Actually, my childhood home, when all the doors were locked.
The door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Oh yeah. I actually used to do that when the doors were locked and I couldn't get into my own house. So I'd crawl in through the garage that way.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Just kind of looks like all the stuff you kind of leave behind in the end. Memories.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
I like her glove. It's a very nice house, though.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Damn. Depressed.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly. Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Flavors of India, tasting, Thailand, flour, salt, water, yeast, Fanny Farmer Jr. Cookbook, the Book of Mushrooms, Smoke in the Forest, A Pie for Piper, Cosmic Cuisine, The Pleasures of Japanese Cooking. This is a nice stove. Damn. We'll go that way in a second. I want to go in here.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Damn. Kind of interesting how there's a window into the garage.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Edie. Oh. Okay, that's how you say her name. Somebody left their phone.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
That's an interesting way to put it. There are so many books. Sheesh.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Whoa. That's the original house. That's kind of cool. But is that it out there? I see it. Huh. This would be a really nice house. Actually.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Interesting.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Interesting how that's sealed up real tight.
After
There's
Milton
so many
disappeared,
books.
Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Is that what these are? Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
This is a really weird looking bathroom. Gregory, 1990. He's only 1 year old. Calvin. He was 11, it looks.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Oh. Damn. Sven and Edie. She was... looks to be 93, if I'm doing my math correctly. Or 80 something. Hold on. My math might not be mathing. '93. Yeah, she would be 93. Okay, cool. I was right. Sven Edith Finch. You would have been... looks like 54. Oh.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Damn. It's weird how you can be okay with just sealing up all these rooms. That looks broken. Molly. 1937 to 19. She was only 10.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Yeah. Is this our room?
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
It's a very interesting room. Oh, there's the house.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Are we all afraid of something?
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
So Milton, it was missing. And then
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Lewis died.
But I
That
had no idea
sounds
what was behind
heartbreaking.
that door.
Sounds
Just
very
like I had no
heartbreaking.
idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Though she died in 1975, it's like
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped
there's
behind a
newer
painting.
things though.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Interesting. We're pregnant. That is something I never learned about the original game. There's a squid plush. Or not, a jellyfish plush. What else am I supposed to look?
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here. Before my mom sealed the doors.
Damn. It's kind of depressing.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Oh, wow. Oh, she has her own little bathroom.
I kept eating and eating.
Toothpaste.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Aren't those like plastic?
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Where do I go? Where do I go? Oh.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Yeah, that makes two of us. Oh look, the living room looks different. But there's no patio.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Whoa, that's actually kind of creepy. I'm like so confused on where I'm supposed to go, but also at the same time I'm like figuring it out.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired.
Yeah, so tired.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All
Yeah.
I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind.
Whoa.
Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Where are we? This is interesting.
Rabbits.
Oh, they're glitched.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Damn, this kid has a really interesting imagination.
A mama rabbit.
A mama rabbit. Catch 2 rabbits with only 2
She was almost
scoops.
too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
Okay.
And suddenly, I was a shark.
Beautiful. How do I get out of here? The hell is happening?
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now,
Yeah.
I was hungrier than ever.
Okay. God, I don't remember this.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Whoa.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. I grabbed on tight,
Yeah.
but I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
What? Wait. What am I doing? What am I supposed to be doing?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Wow, this is a very interesting...
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Oh, that got loud. Ready to go this way. I'm getting lost, but at the same time not.
After the last passenger, I
Yeah.
was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Yeah. Kid has an intense imagination.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Kinda janky. Oh.
I got closer and closer.
It's her room. Something ate her.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I
Yeah.
held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Damn. So something snuck into her room and ate her.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Oh my god. It's very janky.
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
Oh. Looks like that got done, but it's just...
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories.
I would have never guessed.
Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
The mechanics are a little janky, but other than that,
I
it's pretty
spent a
good.
lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Looks really cool. Oh, she had a lot of birds. Purpley. A lot of these birds actually supposed to outlive most people, so I'm surprised that they built 1937 Sven Finch.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
And Molly Concepts. Mysterious... the Mysteries of Death and Thereafter. Sketches.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Happy 90th birthday.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Tragedy strikes Finch family. So it returns to... Damn. Oh, there's a photo of when it broke, it looks like. It's kind of sad.
Her room was like a museum.
Odin. I'm guessing this is the dad.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Damn.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
I wonder if it's the house.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Where Molly was...
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Damn. I don't get out of here. Oh, I just have to press that. Okay, that was...
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Damn. Can you make it a lot easier to close the book?
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Whoa. Bubble bath bonanza.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
The
It was a
carpet
pretty
is
big trace.
horrendous. Sealed. There's a secret in this bathroom by Sven and Edith Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Whoa. A dark room. Don't hurt yourself, lady. Finch.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. he never put it down.
Damn. Strong sculpt. Definitely an interesting place to have a dark room. Milton. Oh. I guess Milton knew where everything was. Fort Calvin. Enlist. Edith Finch National Park. Damn.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
Uh-huh. The rooms are so cool. Looks like he took down the thing that went over his bed. God.
And that he never talked about him.
Didn't he, like...
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Damn. Calvin. 1950 to 19... He was only 11.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Broke his foot, it
At
seems.
Barbara's funeral, he swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
He fly just a little too far, huh?
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Yeah. Looks like the tree's gonna break.
I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
Kinda sketchy that this kid's trying to do this.
I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Damn. It's depressing.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
I can understand why.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
So many mysteries. So many secret passages. So interesting.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Ooh, this looks Barbara
Growing up,
Finch.
I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Don't like. Can I look out of it? Oh, I can't. Oh, I can get back in. It's actually interesting. I don't want to get back in, but I did want to look at that. was creepy. Just
I
like
never thought about
acres.
how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Looks like she worked at a diner afterwards. She was very pretty.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her
Yeah.
scream.
Oh.
Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been.
Damn.
But in a
Brutal.
lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Yeah.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Okay.
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Damn.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later,
Yeah.
hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Oh, thank you for the Halloween themed music.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
That's not creepy.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
You deserve that.
Relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show.
Yeah.
Hours later,
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
PG.
vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police described the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And there he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's got...
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Yeah.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Oh.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over
Yeah.
yet. The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
The doorbell.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For
Yeah.
Barbara, it was a dream come true.
Was it?
Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous.
Was she now?
With her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself.
Yeah.
I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter?
Yeah.
Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard. But that's another story.
For another time.
As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Damn. That's...
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Thanks, dude. Well,
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
possibly. Happy birthday, Barbara. Damn. Gotta think some of these stories are really depressing.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Oh, I didn't come over here.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Interesting.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Lovely.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Hmm. These passages are actually really cool. I guess we can go... What, down into the basement now? It just gotta keep turning. Any bloody hands? Nope.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Fair enough. Looks like the prototype of the dragon side.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
I wonder why that is.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
Or she was hiding a
It turned
secret.
out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Ooh, that's dark.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Yeah, I don't think that's...
If there's a pattern in all these stories,
I don't think
I
that's
think
true.
it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Whoa. He was... 53.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
So he lived his life like he was in a
But after a
bunker.
few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
Yeah.
Having a schedule, living for today. I always
Also, who
expected
eats
to be
speeches
dead
like that?
tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
1976.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just
Stop.
stopped.
Oh, it's 2005.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Possible chance. Both. Also, the fact that he eats speeches like that, I can't get past.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Whoa, escape hatch. This is like a bunker. For like if things went wrong or some shit. Tomato ketchup.
I know it's out there somewhere.
Out the nose.
Whatever killed Barbara and Molly.
Damn. Sweet
Calvin.
crisps. Damn, that's a lot of junk.
Maybe this is all a mistake.
Maybe.
But But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there,
Oh,
I want you to know
and he died on the train
I'm
tracks.
ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left,
Maybe you should
Or
get
a
off the
month.
train tracks.
or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day.
We're just gonna...
I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Won't lie.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
There's probably a reason for that. These are beautiful. Thailand, Brazil, Russia.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
I don't know if it's protection or lying. Damn. It really is a bomb shelter. Be careful.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Scared of life.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Yeah.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made,
I don't think anybody ever does.
trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us
Can we
left,
not be on the train
or
tracks?
maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Damn. Looks like part of the cliff sunk.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
A legacy's a legacy.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Also, that looks like Barbara right there.
But I thought you should know about your family.
Molly. Calvin. Barbara. Walter.
And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Anybody would feel lost.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Lights over there. Kinda sad. How life takes out people.
And when you look at the house, had that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Yeah, it does.
I think
Wants
we've
me to
been
go this way,
surrounded
right?
by death for
Okay,
so
cool.
long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Yeah, that is quite true.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
Charlie,
3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Zoe, Coco, Tucker, Charlie, Daisy, Lucy, Derpy Jr., Derpy, Burpy, Kirpy, Furpy, Derpy, Zerpy, Bailey. Damn. Shotzi, Oliver, Bob, Shadow, Christopher. The only one that's like a European name is kind of like that one.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly Finch, born December 11th, died December 13th, 2 days after her birthday. Calvin Finch, born April 25th, died September 23rd. Sven Finch, born June 17th, died August 26th. Edith Finch, born April 8th, died December 5th. Walter Finch, born August 26th, died March 31st. Barbara Finch, born October 31st, 1944, died October 31st, 1960. She was 16 years old. She had just turned 16. And I'm guessing
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea.
Odin is up here.
My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Damn. There's something I'm
Edie
supposed
said
to do.
she dreamed about the old house every night.
House is lighting the coast. Luminars. Lonely spot.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Sam Finch, born April.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Not Bailey. Sam Finch, born April 25th, 1950, died July 16th, 1983, died at the age of 33. Gus, born June 20th, 1969, died November 8th, 1982. He was what, 23? Gregory Finch, born January 12th, 1976. This was the one that was 1 year old and died.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect
Sanjay
us.
Kumar, born September 6th, 1966, died February 22. He was what? $36? Am I doing my math correctly? It's either 36 or 46. This one doesn't say dead, because Milton Finch, born May 19th, 1992.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Damn. Louis Finch, born December 27th, 1988, died November 21st, 2010. It's depressing.
There's so many things I wish I
Very
could
depressing.
ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do? I guess having people answer your questions never hurts, though. Also, the fact that she's doing this while pregnant is, like, insane.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Yep, there it is. It's definitely sketchy that you're doing this while pregnant.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Were they? Oh, yeah, it definitely looks like it.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Hmm.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
You don't know that.
Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are. Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the
gonna
truth,
listening.
I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Damn.
Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
Nope.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
I don't exactly know what I was
Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish. How to build a fire.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of it.
Dad, I...
Let me get behind you.
Be okay.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. Great shot, Dawn!
Damn.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Dawn, just gotta reset the timer.
I don't know how fast I have to move.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
still...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Damn. That's kind of
Of all
heartbreaking.
these stories,
That one is
that's the
kinda
one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Yeah, about her own father. But I can guess why it hurt.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Yeah, definitely seemed like that. He was in the U.S. Marines, so... Oh, found it. Meal ready to eat. Is it MREs?
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Oh. Really? Really? Oh, it's a baby. Oh. Gregory. Divorce contract. Sam Finch. Caroline. A lawsuit has been filed against you. You have 20 calendar days after the summons to serve on you to file written response to the attachment complaint petition with the clerk of this court located at this place. Whatever, a phone number will not protect you. Your written response, including the case number given above and the names of the parties, must be filed if you want the court to hear your side of the case.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
It's time to...
So it was...
Hold on, sweetie.
No, you should have ignored the phone.
Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
I wonder what I'm doing.
What his world was like. I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
I wish he could have told us.
No, I don't want this.
About the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand.
No, it wasn't your fault for calling her. It was her fault for leaving a baby in a bathtub. I will not lie.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
I beg to differ.
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
That's the reason they got divorced. Damn. Gus.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Whee!
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. Make him cry.
So it was Molly.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Oh.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Whee! They're making a tornado.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam.
Oh.
But I didn't. Until we found you.
I'm wondering how that led to his death. Truthfully.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Oh no, he was 13. I got that wrong earlier. There's gone. Seems like the only one that moved out of here. Be a baby. Be a baby. Be a baby.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Understandable.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Okay. Next. Planet, India. Light, India. Huh. Interesting. Where's this guy? Be a baby. Do I go back up? Truth be told, I get confused with these, like, when it doesn't give me a sense of directive on where I need to go.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English.
Lewis was born a year later.
More missing Milton posters.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Milton.
And to see kids in the house again.
Don't doubt it.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Just loose rules. Good job.
But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Yeah.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
He was a good artist, it seems. Starting to wonder if somebody took him. This is a cool freaking room.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Damn. These things take a lot of work to do. I used to do those sticky notepads.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared. Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
What am I supposed to do? Oh, there's that one painting. We're gonna go back up real quick. I wanna see if I missed anything. I don't see anything that I missed, so. I like how his little thing was a crown and a mustache. Though he was a kid.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
It'd be kind of depressing if it was the mom's fault. Kind of depressing that all these doors are sealed.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Juggy. But that's okay. I'm not gonna judge. Oops. Wrong bud. A ladder to nowhere. Very cool. I don't know what you want from me.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Definitely like weed.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
There's a fridge up here? Oh, and a giant TV. Edith Finch locker contents.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery.
Yeah.
But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
I like trying to focus on two things at once, I'm so sorry.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Called daydreaming.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical,
yeah.
tireless, focused.
Yeah.
Like a whole new Lewis.
That's not model.
So I let him go on.
It's depressed.
I even encouraged him.
That's
it
where
seemed
you
very
went wrong.
promising at first.
You as a psychiatrist, that's where you went wrong.
He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
Oh my god. It's nice that you can still see the fish though.
And songs for them to play.
I don't like the fact that his
talked
hand's
about
that
starting
close
a
to a
band.
thing though.
And he was always humming something.
Yeah.
Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished.
The fact that it's
He
like a
held an
fish
election
theme
for
thing.
mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Uh-huh. It's very scary for a game, especially since your hand's near that.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
Yeah. It's called dissociation. And you failed him.
Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Kinda sad what mental health can do to people.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a beautiful prince.
Don't judge me for my pick.
The prince was on his own quest for radiant rainbows.
Okay. I don't go with that. Very monotonous. Imagination thing's cool. Other things very monotonous.
He followed the sound of his
We're gonna go this way. I'm making my own story.
silver harp.
These stories actually take a long time, but they're actually really cool. Well, some of them do.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
Interesting.
Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Well, yeah, imagination.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Damn.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Oh. Are we at the fish cannery? We are. Oh, there's his. Damn.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Damn.
I still thought I could save him.
You failed when you didn't do anything when his
Even
boss
after he
said
said
shit.
he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
That was when
Palace
you
would
messed
be
up.
packed with his companions.
I don't even know what to say because I'm kind of mad at the psychiatrist.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him.
Molly! Aw, it's a baby.
His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
Yeah.
Bend down his head.
God, that's depressing.
And the rest I think you know.
Yeah.
Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
But nobody helped him. That's a sad thing. Nobody helped him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Hi, Bobby. Isn't that the Indonesian flag?
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him,
Yeah.
it was a way to be something
Yeah.
other than just a Finch.
Yeah. Everybody say hi to Cat. He has come to join us for this video. The heck? I didn't want to. Okay. Well, I guess I did need to go this way, but still. One
On
last
the way
room.
back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm
That's
not sure if she
sad.
wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
In loving memory, Lewis Finch.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Looks like it. Dawn Finch. Disaster relief. Sanjay. To teach and to learn. Dawn Finch.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Damn.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Okay. Got this.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Yeah.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Yes, you can hang
You're
out. But you
afraid
better
of
be good.
isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
History of the Finches by Edith Finch.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
Okay.
That night, the tide went way, way out.
Whoa.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean.
Okay.
They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
Damn.
God, it smelled awful.
I don't doubt it.
No, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around.
Yeah.
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things.
Dear. It is a dear.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Yeah, like what?
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
Damn. What are you doing? No, that's not yours. That's the mic. The mic is not yours.
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
What are you doing?
A few years went by.
That's so
My mom
cool.
didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
Damn, this depressing.
And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things.
Possibly.
But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Avi, the mic is not for you. What are you doing? You fruitcake.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask.
Guys, say hi to the cat.
But I
Can you
don't
hear?
want you to be sad that I'm gone.
Oh,
I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Can you not do this while she's telling me a story? No. Not while she's telling me stories. Get out of here. Story by Giant Sparrow. So I'm kind of wondering, for Shirley Dallas. Oh. I'm kind of wondering if we can get into the library. In Dallas, creative director. This is such a good story in the way that it's told, and how all the different family members had different issues and different ways they went about life, and I think this story is so special to me for the reason that it shares that some things just, yeah, are a lot harder than we like to think it is. It's a very nice game. And I'm glad I got to share it with you guys. Anyways.